The Bible predicts that Earth will have all evil things destroyed at some time in the future, and that all the innocent people will be saved, whether or not they have religious beliefs. The innocent will be moved away from this destruction and return to Earth when it's clean and fresh. The following slides will look at how innocent people can be saved and Earth restored to its former glory. I have no idea when or if this will happen. The date on this slide is not a prediction, and the presentation is a fictional assessment of what could happen should any person or country press the red nuclear war attack button. In the Old Testament, Noah was told to build an ark big enough to carry his family, plus selected male and female, human and all other living species. The earth was then flooded, and Noah and his passengers floated on the floodwater until the water had soaked back into the earth. After the flood, God said he would never flood the earth again. This slide shows the message that God may send if he decides that the earth needs cleansing again. It is essential that a worldwide network of good people are organized to carry out God's instructions. On the following slides, we will look at the duties of each of these individuals. It is necessary to ensure that innocent people all over the world are made aware of the situation and kept informed. Each of these actions will be discussed on the following slides. The overall controller needs to agree a planned schedule to ensure that finance is made available and that local controllers can complete all the functions on this slide on time. Overall controller arranges a meeting for all local spaceship designers and manufacturers to discuss and agree a set design suitable for all 20 spaceships. This design is given to the local manufacturers to confirm that the design is suitable to be made in all their manufacturing plants. Spaceship launches are monitored at the overall controller's operations office that has direct connections to all the individual launch sites. All spaceships have an onboard launch control and landing system that will enable them to launch off and land safely on Earth on their return. The spaceship travels along a runway, takes off and climbs at a steady rate while moving to an angle that will enable it to reach the edge of Earth's gravitational pull and remain in continuous orbit. At a set height, the undercarriage is retracted, rocket engine is fired, and jet engines are detached. The spaceship then reaches the edge of Earth's gravity and moves to a set position orbiting the Earth. Overall controller and local controllers meet manufacturers and agree a finite timescale for the manufacture and delivery of all 20 spaceships. It is essential that each continent has a required number of spaceships to ensure All those to be saved on their continent are catered for. Each spaceship needs to be equipped with enough of all the essential products needed for human survival for 1,000 days in orbit. The ship should also carry basic hand tools and seeds for planting, as well as useful tools to make other products. Inspection and checking is essential to ensure spaceship can be launched safely and will perform as expected from launch away from and back to landing safely on Earth. All supplies to be loaded first, followed by flight crew. When initial loading is complete, passengers can be boarded and directed to their allocated seats. Crew and passengers board spaceship 5 hours before their spaceship is launched. Crew start launch procedure at allocated time and travel to their allocated orbit station. In orbit, basic needs for maintaining health and strength are maintained so that rebuilding work can start immediately on return to Earth. As mentioned in my presentation on artificial intelligence, I hope nobody ever presses the red button for nuclear war. I still hope it never happens. The events mentioned on this slide look at what could happen if nuclear war ever breaks out. This slide estimates the regeneration schedule for Earth to return to Garden of Eden status. Spaceship return in the same time sequence as they left Earth. That's to say, first out, first back, second out, second back, until all ships are back at the place from which they left Earth. Humans can now start a new life from scratch. On the following slide, we will look at some of the useful items that you will have brought with you and some that should work using solar energy. The hand tools are for farming, agricultural projects, and making other useful products. The magnifying glass will enable humans to create a fire for cooking and other uses. Solar panels need to be carefully handled because when light hits them, they start to create electricity immediately. Also, it is necessary to make sure the output is controlled and electricity is sent to the right place. People often say, "Give us the tools and we'll do the job." Hopefully, no one will be tempted by a snake in this second Garden of Eden. You have the basic tools set out on the last slide. So, what are you going to do with them? I hope that this situation never happens and that all people on Earth will learn to live peacefully together, sharing equally all Earth's resources. My fervent wish is that you all live a long and happy life on this current Earth, and that there is never a need for destruction and regeneration.